Welcome to Sex Ed with DB. I'm your host, Danielle Bezalel. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the podcast. If you love and support the work that we do, join my crew on Patreon to win amazing prizes like our adorable merch, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, private sessions with yours truly, and incredible sex toys. Go to patreon.com/sexedwithdb to join my crew. Get discounts at all of my favorite brands at sexedwithdb.com. And follow us on Instagram at sexedwithdbpodcast and on TikTok at sexedwithdb. If you want to partner with us, email us at sexedwithdb@gmail.com. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you all are doing well. We have the weekend ahead of us, lots to look forward to, I hope. I am excited for another more sex ed question. And this one is a little specific to this person's experience. So thank you, listener, for writing in. But we will be able to expand it to a more general experience that many of us might feel. And it's specific to a feeling during sex. So here's the question. Here's what this person wrote in. I am a bi woman and in a relationship with a man. I'm finding it hard to feel present during sex. Sometimes while having sex, I cannot get women out of my head. I don't want to make my partner feel like they are not enough for me. I feel like there is a desire in me that I am not sure how to meet for myself in a monogamous relationship. So very specific, as I mentioned, experience. Thank you again to this listener who wrote in. And the first thing that I really want to say is thank you so much for being open and honest about something that lots of people are experiencing, but just maybe not saying out loud, right? There are certain expectations that we have from society, from media, from our friends, family, from our sex ed or lack of sex ed that we're getting in school about monogamous relationships. And so I think that I want to make it clear that it's normal to be thinking about other people or fantasies and situations that might turn us on during sex with our partners, right? And so, maybe a way to connect with your partner on this is if you are over 18, if you're able and wanting and willing to maybe watch women-centered porn together. If your partner is someone who is a man who is straight or, maybe bisexual or pansexual or, sexually fluid, maybe your partner would also be interested in thinking and looking at other women during sex. And if you're feeling like watching porn maybe isn't your jam, maybe you've tried it, or maybe the porn that you've encountered in the past is just not for you, I recommend that you check out this app that I think is a really great porn app for women and non-binary people, but it's really for everyone, which is called Dipsy. And so that is really listening to erotica stories that are pretty short. They have all different kinds of characters. It's very queer friendly. They have different stories, different voices and experiences. And so maybe that is more of interest for you and your partner. If you find a woman-centered porn on Dipsy, that's something that you might be interested in. Another thing that you might be interested in is if you're wanting to bring a woman into the bedroom with you two, maybe you can ask your partner what he thinks about that and if he's willing to explore something like that. At the end of the day, it's really all about open and honest communication and respecting your partner's boundaries while exploring and advocating for your own in a way that feels good for you, for your own desires, for your own blank, basically, your own orgasms, your own fantasies, whatever feels good for you is super important. And so I just really want to make sure that you know that, again, this is a very, very normal thing. It's very common, especially if you identify as a bisexual woman. You are sharing with your partner that, hey, like my fantasies and interests are beyond just what I'm experiencing here. And again, maybe that is something that can be a little bit more challenging for them to hear, but it's really, really important that they hear you in the fact that that is normal, that maybe they can participate in that fantasy with you. And so thank you again to this listener for writing in this question. I really am excited about this More Sex Ed series. I think it offers us a lot of opportunity to get deep into these anonymous questions. And again, if you're someone who wants to write in a question or you've been thinking about something and you're not sure if you should ask it, definitely just go ahead and go for it. I'm going to be doing these every Friday this season. So check out our link tree in our Instagram and you can go ahead and ask us a question. So thank you again. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Our creator, host, and executive producer is me, Danielle Bezalel, aka DB. Our co-producer and communications lead is Cathren Cohen. Our co-producer is Brian Peoples. Our social media intern is Sarah Kelly. Our music theme is by Hook Sounds. Thank you so much to our featured guests, partners, and our listeners. Want to advertise with us? Email us at sexedwithdb@gmail.com. For more sex ed content, follow us on IG at sexedwithdbpodcast and on TikTok at sexedwithdb. See you next time.